Hello, good morning. It's Gina Bulow. I'm coming to you live in the Hive at the Cards by Christine studio. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, and happy National Scrapbook Day. I am so excited to be here with all of you today, and I have a co-conspirator over here. Christina joined me. She was feeling brave enough today to come in and I guess she was holding me accountable to make sure I had my act together today and had everything ready, because most of you know the kit that we're going to be using today wasn't available until Wednesday. So I had to overnight it so that I could have it in time to design everything for today. So I was cutting it a little bit close. Chris was a little worried too that I might not have things done, but I did it. I might not have gotten a lot of sleep last night, but we're pretty pumped up here, and I've got so much to show you guys, and I'm just so excited. So when you come on, tell me where you're coming from, say hello, tell me what's going on in your world, and if you are celebrating anything for National Scrapbook Day or doing anything yourself. Hi, Christina. And as you all know, Christine's been gone in Mexico for this last week, so I have let the cats out to play today. My daughter's here, and she was going to entertain them, but they're really liking being in the hive today, so hopefully they are not causing too many shenanigans while we're in here. Christina was smart this morning, and she took pictures of all the cards laid out on the counter in case the kitties decide to knock everything off. So we'll see if they can behave themselves today after not being in here for about a week. And otherwise, we'll have to kick them out, and they'll be locked in the garage and the rest of the house. So anyways, yeah, we're going to have to leave their mom a note that they were naughty while she was gone. So thank you for joining me today. And I have so much to share with you because, you know, the catalog went live and I got some products in, and we have some really cool stuff. So I'm going to show you what is happening, what's going on, classes I have coming up, and then we'll get started with our kits. So good morning, Anne and Carissa, my buddy, is on today. So I'm so excited to have you all here. And this is, I'll flip you guys around. You don't need to see the back of my head as I grab things. What we have going on. So this month yet, I actually closed ordering of kits already for these classes, but I am still in the process of cutting. I would say I'm halfway done with getting kits already. So I'm going to allow you to order kits yet if you still want them through today. So send me a message today if you would still like to get a kit. This is April scrapbook class. We use the Cheerful Daisies. This kit is $24 plus shipping. You do need to provide your own 12 by 12 papers, so whether you use crumb cake. During my live, I scared the poor kitty, he was back here. During my live, oh here it is, I actually did it in white. So if you don't have crumb cake, you could do it in white also, completely up to you. So that kit is available. Then we have some card kits available. I still have a few kits left of the In Color class that we use, Magnolia Mood. This class is $25, and it features all of the In Color. Oops, I'm missing one. I have a double one here. Which color? Oh, Petunia Pop we're missing. So you get 5 of these cards to create one of each of the new In Colors. And then my class that is coming up this week, Wednesday, is the technique class. And I'm using layers, oh gosh, layers of, I want to say layers of love, but that's not it. Layers of, it'll come to me. Maybe I have the stamp set here. Can't think of it. So that's the technique. We're going to be doing, here's a card we did, watercoloring. This one we used the blends. This was using the stencils or the masks that come with it. And this one also used the mask that came with it. So we'll be creating these 4 cards this Wednesday. The cost for this class is $20 plus shipping. And that is this Wednesday, May 8th at 10 o'clock, okay? And today's class is going to be available until May 18th. Now, I have just been told that the ribbon that I put with this kit is on back order until June. So we may have to figure out something else, or we just wait and I ship the ribbon to you guys all separately, but completely up to you. In today's kit, you get the pretty in pink and white combo ribbon here. And you will get a pack of gems, which are these. So that's pretty peacock and pretty pink. No, petal pink. Too many pinks going on, guys. And you will get a full pack of the Frames and Flowers DSP. And in this DSP, you get 3 pieces of DSP, 2 sheets that are leaves and different cutouts and dies and things like that. And then they have 1 sheet that's just like masks and stuff like that. So this whole class included, plus the card kits will go with this, and that cost is $50 and then $10 to ship. So you can order these kits until May 18th, and after May 18th I will order kits and get them packed up and shipped out to you, okay? But first, before we get crafting and making a mess here, I was going to show you some of the new items that we have. This is going to be a class that I will be having on Sunday. I believe it's May 19th. Don't quote me on that. 18th or 19th. And this is using wildling flowers. And it comes with this really pretty, oops, I gotta flip you guys over. You can't see this. Wildling flowers. It comes with this really pretty DSP using a lot of the ink colors from the 23 to 25 collection. I had to think about my dates here a little bit. So this is going to be a Stamp-a-Stack on that Sunday. So it's the DSP. Here are the frames for, or the dies for that class. And here's the stamp set. So really pretty set. And like I said, in this you will get this DSP, you will get the in color twine, and they have these little gems, textured dots they're called. And you will get all of, so you'll get the DSP, whatever cardstock and dies, the ribbon, and the gems in that kit. And that's coming up, like I said, May 18th, 19th, whatever that Sunday is. Then I also have coming up my scrapbook class for the month of May. We'll be using the airplane set. And my morning create will be focusing on the guy cards. So things for Father's Day, manly birthdays, things like that. So we're going to pull out manly sets for that. So now another set we have, sketched butterflies. Who doesn't love butterflies? I think we all do. And that comes with these dies right here. Then we have Spotlight of Nature, and that comes with these cool circle dies. Aren't these cool, guys? I'm excited about these. And I look like I'm missing a stamp set that I really like. Oh, here we go. Round we go. I think this is going to be a really fun set. You can make rosettes with this. This die right here will give you rosettes and little pinwheels. So I'm very excited to play with this set. I think this will make some really cool birthday cards. And then this set. I really like this set, and it's probably because I love the paper, but this is called Friends for Life. And it has some big, bold words with some really big, large dies. So you have this like open leaf, then you have a solid leaf. This is an outline of a heart, and it looks like a design that could print in the heart. And I love big, bold words. So we have the word friend, there's an outline and the word, and we're actually using that set today to coordinate with our layouts. And then I'm actually going to be doing a class for the summer fun. Do you know what that's called? It's summer fun.
Oh.
That Christine is doing in June. I want to call it summer escape, but it's not an escape. It's
fun in the sun.
Fun in the sun. So I'm using this set, and we're going to make a little calendar with this. So I'm excited to play with this and see what I come up with. But I went ahead of myself. This Friends for Life bundle comes with this really bold, bright colored DSP. And if anyone knows me, I love this. I love rainbows and bright, bold colors like this. So I saw this, and of course I had to have it. But I love all this color. And I think after coming off of winter here, we're all excited to have a little color in our life. It sounds like the kitties are starting to do shenanigans.
Something crashed.
And then I wasn't sure if I was fond of this DSP. I'm like, it's got vegetables and stuff on it, which will make great scrapbook layout when I have my garden. But the paper on the other side is really cool. It looks like Blackberry Bliss. So if you're not into the garden or the shopping, the papers on the other side are really pretty. You have this garden green plaid. We have a little bit of orange going on. Looks like peach pie and pumpkin pie going on. And some really pretty flowers here. And I think this one had some flowers too. So you have some floral bouquets here, a little floral here, some wood looking paper, and some orange flowers. So very exciting. We have lots and lots of really cool things. And in case you didn't notice, but in our new catalog, we have these giant embossing folders now, which I'm pretty excited. And I know we don't have a machine to do like 12 by 12 paper, but I think we'll definitely be incorporating these into scrapbook pages. So stay tuned for that. I really like this polka dot circles one. It's really cool. And then we have, I don't remember the names of everything. We've got new ones here. And I think this one goes with the country, I guess country flowers, not sure. So anyways, that's just a sneak peek at some of the things that we have coming up. So now on to the fun, on to the stamping. And we're gonna start with, I think we'll start with the cards. And I have 4 cards for you guys and 2. So we have 2 scrapbook pages, 4 cards, and 2 3D items that we're doing today. And I find a lot of times, as far as inspiration goes, a lot of people are like, well, I don't scrapbook, so I'm not interested in that. Many times, even if you're not a scrapbooker, you can take elements and turn them into a card. So I guess I want to say, don't overlook scrapbook pages because they are filled with inspiration. Whether you take the whole layout and put it into a card, or you take bits and pieces and make that a card. And what we're going to do with the scrapbook layout today, you could easily turn into a card. So that's the fun with this set. I don't have an extra set of the paper and stuff to just show you that, but this is one sheet of paper here. This is, we have pumpkin pie, petal pink on one side, and then we have this floral design. Oh, Christina has hers. She's brave enough to let me open it. She's sharing, you guys. She's so nice. Hello, Brenda, all the way from Canada. So we have this DSP, which I just showed you. You have this just kind of greenery with a little petal pink in the background. And then it's a Lost Lagoon on the back of it. Then we have 6 different like mats or frames you could use. And then there's one long strip in the middle. And then this is the 3rd piece of DSP, and when you flip it over, looks like we've got some Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock. And then we have 2 pages of just floral, leaves, wreaths, different things like that. And they do pop out really easy, so I didn't want to take this out and have her lose any pieces. But we have all these cool elements. So this is the pack that we're working with today. And this is frames and flowers. Thank you, Christina. So our first card that we're gonna do, we are gonna be using crumb cake. So what I did when I designed this is I took the 3 sheets of DSP, put them aside, then I took apart all the bits and pieces, and I actually have a little container here full of which ones?
The ones in your hand.
Some of them. I have another container though. Let me see, I'm missing maybe one container here. Oh, here it is, it's right next to me. Yours should all be in a bag, Christina.
Yep.
Okay, so I have these containers. Oh, hello, kitty. See, they're saying hi, they've missed all of you. Say hello. And I have these containers, so I got this, I believe at either Michael's or Joann's. It comes in a big tote, and it has all of these little clear boxes. I think they make them in colors too. And this is what I use a lot of times when I'm cutting kits and things, or I have extra pieces. I just put them here in these containers. So that's what I did. I took all of the bits and pieces, and I put them all in here, and then I kind of, you know, I had them separated. There's little flowers, little frames, and that's what I did with this. So I separated it all to see what I had and what I could play with. We'll see what Kitty's gonna get up to. So our first card that we're gonna do, we're gonna be using crumb cake. And I feel like, am I missing a piece? Nope. It's hidden, guys. And make sure I have my pieces together. Okay, so our crumb cake base, we have a piece of granny apple that is 5 by 3 3/4, and I die cut a little stitch square out of it. You guys, I feel like I have a shadow. How are you? Are you guys able to see? Is it coming up okay, Christina?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It looks just like there's a dark shadow here, and I didn't know. Okay.
Nope, you look clear.
Okay, so I have this. This is actually from the cards, or the DSP, and this is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And we're going to, look at Christina's joining us. Hello, Christine. Are you on your way back? You were checking to see if I had this done or not, weren't you? You were curious if I'd be able to pull this off. I did. I was still making a card this morning, but I did. Okay, so we're gonna glue those 2 pieces together. Now, I wasn't smart and I didn't order two of these kits, so I kind of put the ideas together, but I didn't glue anything together or nail it down because I didn't have an extra set if I wanted to use something. You know, some of these are, there's only one of some things, so I didn't want to not be able to make something and show you something if I didn't have an extra one. So I wasn't smart on that part. So this is one of the cuts that was in the set. See, she was thinking of me. She was a little nervous. And it actually fits perfect over this square. So we're gonna adhere this in the middle, cover up the square that they have. We're going to adhere our two mats that we glued together. And the great thing about this set is that everything is kind of done for you. You really don't need to add any die cuts or any. You could just take this piece here, pretend I didn't glue the square down, and just put it like that on your card. And it makes a beautiful card all on its own. But I just wanted to add a little bit of something. Now I am bringing in Simply Said. It's a new stamp set and it has nice verses on it. Simple, let's celebrate, thinking of you, happy birthday, birthday wishes. So it has a nice variety of general sentiments. So that's the stamp set I pulled in to coordinate with this. And we're going to use Just a Note. And we will use, Christina, should we do orange pumpkin pie ink, granny ink, or pecan pie? What would you like to see?
How about orange?
Pumpkin pie it is, ladies. Oh, and I put the thanks.
It's your show, it can be orange delicious.
Huh?
But it's your show, it can be orange delicious.
Right, it can be whatever, but I like my shades of orange, guys. So I even wore a little orange for you, if you didn't notice. Okay, so we have Just a Note, and he just fits on here. So I cut out a square. I think this square is 1 3/8 by 1 3/8. Oh, I must be thinking of a different card. This fits on here perfect. So we got a little pumpkin pie. And I was gonna do this, we're gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna do this diagonally, like this, okay? You can do it square. This is what it would look like square. But I think I'm going to turn it, and it'll take up a little bit more space, like so. And then we will bring in our white diagonal ribbon here. And we'll just weave. Let's see, should we do white? Maybe petal. Maybe petal pink. We're going with the flow today, guys. So like I said, I designed them, but I didn't put them together. So the rest were kind of going with the flow here. So Christine, are you sitting at the, so I was just wondering if you were at the gate yet or what you were doing. And she says she's got to the gate super early with the wheelchair, gives her priority. That poor girl. I hope you were able to enjoy your trip. Christina and I were just talking that we hoped it didn't put a damper on your trip at all and you weren't able to do things. You had quite the little accident there. Who knew a screw could cause so much damage, right? And I like to use tear tape to adhere my ribbon. And I'm just going to kind of weave it back and forth behind my sentiment here. Good help if I use my ribbon scissors. They are a little bit sharper. Cut the ribbon better. Okay. We'll bring in our dimensionals because everything is better popped up, right? So we've got that centered, and of course we're going to pop up our little diamond here. I think I have been very ready for spring. The colors we've been using in the last few cards and things, been using a lot of fun colors. I'm definitely ready for spring. Oh, Christine says it's been an emotional roller coaster. She was still able to spend time catching up with people, but she's looking forward to being home. So I have to ask though, Christine, did you actually break your ankle or did you just sprain it? What did you do to it? Okay, there is our first card. I feel like my mat's on here a little crooked, but that's okay. Don't look closely, okay, guys? And we need some gems, of course. Oh, and we have to do the inside of our card. And I love the little gold foil in here. I think it just adds a nice extra little element. To the gems. And then of course I have a piece of, don't want to lose my directions so I can write my tutorials, of Granny Apple Green and our basic white. And I really didn't bring, well, I brought stamps, you guys saw that. I didn't really bring a flower or anything to go with this set. So I'm going to pull in Friends Are for Life, and it has this pretty little leaf here. And we'll use that to stamp the inside of our card.
There's plenty of die cuts we could use too. There's plenty of die cuts we could use too.
Yeah, there's like, oh yeah, I could. Christina came up with a good idea. I could actually just take, where's my extra ones? Oh, I have them right here. This is all of the extra ones that I didn't use to make anything with. So you could glue actually any of these. There's these little orange flowers, and maybe I'll do that. I'll just put a little orange flower here. There's greenery. You could do one of these and put that right there. You could do all sorts of things. There are lots and lots of pieces in this set. You will be able to make a ton of stuff. Like I said, I have all this left and I have paper left. I probably have, so this is what I have left. So this is almost a full sheet. This is about a half a sheet. Looks like a 6x6 and then some, and a few mats. So I still have all of this paper. You could really make a lot more cards, especially if you were to make just cards with this. You can make just a ton of cards. And I made 2 scrapbook layouts, 4 cards, and we're gonna be doing 2 3D items. So we'll have a lot made just in this little bit. So we will glue this little guy in the corner. Oh goodness, I'm reading Christine's comment. She hasn't seen a doctor yet, but her foot got caught under the scooter. She's hoping it's just a sprain and not fractured or broken, but she'll get that looked at when she gets home. Oh my goodness, girl. That's something I would do. My kids and my family laugh all the time because they're like, Mom, you trip over your own feet all the time. And I'm like, I know. So that's something I would do, is hurt myself like that. So we have just a note, and I think I'm just gonna leave it blank like this. And we'll just adhere it like this, and I can always write something in the car or in the card, or I can decide if I want to make this a birthday card or just a thinking of you card. And I will say this kit uses soft seafoam, and I don't know that, I think it's a pretty color, but I usually don't gravitate towards pastel-y colors. I'm more like a granny apple green, and I used it a lot with this kit, and I really have come to love it. So you guys might be seeing that more in my cards. So here is our very first card. You could leave it simple. You didn't have to add the gems or the ribbon or the extra layers, but I just thought it gave it a little extra element. So what do you guys think of the first card? Okay, we'll set that one aside. Our next one is using soft sea foam. That's our card base. We're gonna be using some Lost Lagoon. Nothing like this ever happens to you, Christine. I swear, it's always me. You're always having to tell me, don't trip on the cord, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm like, I won't, and then as soon as you know it, I'm tripping on it. So, yeah. Okay, so in this kit, this has 2 pieces of white, but one is slightly smaller than the other. So I have one that is 5 by 3 3/4, and I have another piece that is just slightly smaller by 1/8 of an inch. So it's 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And I made that one just a little bit smaller because I didn't want to see it coming through the outside of our mat here. So I just wanted to make sure that I hit it all when I put this all together. So that is for the front of your card. This is for the inside of our card, and we're gonna put friend on the outside, but we're gonna put birthday wishes on the inside. I think we're gonna use pecan pie. Oh, I better make sure that I have my card turned the wrong way, or we won't be fitting friend in there. Now this says espresso is the brown in here, but I think pecan pie will work really well also. And we'll bring in our leaf stamp here. And Christine, while I'm thinking of it and you're watching, I believe your hibiscus is not good for the kitties, so I did put it outside. I promise I'll bring it back in, but I just wanted you to know I took it outside while I let them roam around and have fun. And we're gonna bring in our Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to stamp it off just so it's nice and soft in this corner. Okay, so we'll glue that and our inside will be put together. Yes, Carissa, lots of ice, ibuprofen, and don't forget to elevate your leg. We're all doctors here, just so you know. We've all been there, done that before. Okay, so now we have our Lost Lagoon for the front. Our frame is going to go over the white, but I want to stamp on it first. And that's where we're going to use that nice big friend sentiment that I took out of the case already and put, where? Does anyone see it? This is the best part of being online with me. I'm always looking for something, and it's usually right in front of me. I took this, right, see, they're right here. I put them underneath the, my little cases over here on the side. Oh, this is a big stamp. I didn't realize how big this was.
Tyler's looking for ice for her.
Oh, good job, Tyler. We love you for taking care of Chris. Because we don't know what we would do without her, so you take care of our girl. Now you could use any sentiment you would like. I just wanted something nice and big in the center of this. There we go. Okay, so then I'm going to pop up this piece actually. Poor Christina's getting a workout watching these cats. I thought that was what my daughter was supposed to be doing.
Well, I keep hearing them yelling.
Are they getting stuck?
I don't think so. I think it's
Okay.
just funky, but I don't.
He's just making...
Give them love too, 'cause they got hair all over.
They're just in need of a lot of attention. Their mom's been gone for a week and they're missing her. So now that they've got some attention going on, they're like, woohoo! They're on a little bit of a high right now. I'll say that. I think they're pretty excited to be let loose. Hopefully they'll be calmed down when you get home tonight, Christine, and they won't drive you crazy too much. They'll be tired out and they'll just want to sit in your lap and love you tonight.
He's hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping. Not making any promises, but here's hoping. Okay, so now we've made our cute little frame. We're going to adhere this to, see, good thing I made this smaller because on the back it's on here pretty crooked and it's barely on here. So that's why I made it a little bit smaller. So we'll layer this here. And then I brought in 2 of the dies from the, oops, that set that I just used the friend from. I gotta learn all the names again. And then we had a returning punch. I think it's called Petal Park. And I used the flowers from this punch because I thought they coordinated nice with this. So I punched out a flower. Oh my goodness, they're making lots of noise. Hello, Judy, welcome. But I'm actually gonna kind of just bend my flowers, give them a little bit of texture before I put them together. I don't like my flowers flat, so I just kind of roll them in my fingers.
Okay, we're good. I see all three. Just making fun. I take this babysitting seriously.
Yes, take it seriously. Obviously, my daughter is not. She's probably sleeping because I made her work too hard helping cut kits last night. So she's exhausted. Or she's working really, really hard and doing her homework.
That's good.
One can hope that that's what we're doing. And then I'm just kind of off. I didn't even do that in the camera. I'm sorry, guys. So I just layered the three of them, and then we're going to put that on our card here. So put a little bit of glue on the bottom part of our stems here. We're going to put one up a little higher. And kind of offset them like this. Put a few dimensionals. Sounds like people are outside doing yard work, enjoying the beautiful weather. I'm going to let you take credit for that, Christine. You're bringing back some warm weather from Mexico with you, and you've sent it our way. We're going to put a little dimensional on the back of our flower, and we'll bring in a little bit of this. Should we make a bow? Maybe we'll make a bow. We'll bring in our bow maker here. And make a cute little bow. Put that off to the side. How many of you have a bow maker for your own? Or I should say of your own. And I always like to put my bows on with a little bit of a glue dot. So we're just going to tuck this in right here. We're going to cut our tails a little bit. Maybe a little bit more on one side. I cut the other side a little bit shorter. The other thing that you could do with these different frames is make them a shaker card. These would make really great shaker cards. I thought about that last night, but I don't know, went in one side and went right out the other. And we're gonna put this big one right in the center. And then we'll bring in our card base. Oh wow, Janelle, you were in a motorcycle accident back in September and broke your back. Wow. You're healed up now, thank goodness, but wow, what a long road to recovery. Glad you're all healed up. And here is card number 2 for all of you. Simple, easy. It's nice that most of these pieces are all cut out for you, and then I just added a few to have a little more dimension to my card. There we go. Card number 2, guys. And like always, if you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, the best way to get a hold of me is going to my Glitter and Ink page on Facebook, or you can email me at ginaalbulo@gmail.com, or you can call me, whichever is easiest for you. Okay. Now this one that we're doing, we're bringing in Lost Lagoon for our card base. And this was actually a matte piece that I cut apart. So it was one of the, I think they're about like a 3.5 by 5 size matte, and I just cut it down and made strips out of it. And I used our new embossing folder. So here's one of the pieces. Like I said, this was one full sheet. Like I said, I think it's 5 by 3.25 or 3.5 or whichever, and I cut 4 strips out of it, and then I used petal pink to make some backs to it. So these are 3/4 inch strips, and the petal pink is 7/8 inch by 5 1/8. So we're gonna adhere these 3 together, or these 4 stripes. So while I'm here stamping with all of you, I'm a little nervous. My husband and the 2 boys went to an auction this morning, and they were supposed to go get a lawnmower, but I'm not sure what they might come home with. I'm a little nervous what they might come home with. They got a chainsaw, so that'll be interesting. But I'm afraid they took a trailer with them, so we could have 4-wheelers or an ATV, or I don't know, whatever else they think is a really good deal that they think we need to have. So I might just hang out here all day and wait for Christine to come home. So then we're gonna layer these on our embossed piece of white. You know how boys are though. They go to something like this unsupervised. It's never a good thing. So for most of these cards here, all we did was just add a little bit of cardstock, some gems, and some ribbon. They're just making all sorts of noise over there, huh?
Yeah, it makes me a nervous babysitter over here.
Like we think they're hurt, but they haven't had anyone to talk to, I guess, all week, and
I think so.
they've just got lots to say. Or they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was smart, I would have glued this one down here first. We're gonna pull it up once. Maybe I could pull this one up too. Oh, good thing I can pull these all up well. I didn't push them down. You start with your end piece and then work towards the middle so that you're even. Huh, my paper is like, oh, I need glue, guys. I agree with Christina and Janelle. Crafting and is good for healing. And luckily, you can do a lot of it while sitting, so you can stay off your feet and still do this and heal. They are not happy with each other today. Mom is watching you guys. Better behave. They won't let us over anymore otherwise. Bad babysitters. Okay, so now I have my 4 strips on. That's gonna bring this in, but I was gonna cut a circle and I didn't cut a circle out. Oh yes, I did. I have 2 of them here. What am I doing? Okay, so we have this circle here. I was gonna put this in here somehow. Maybe do that. And let's see what else we can add. We've got some of these pieces. Oh, here we go. That's what we'll do. We'll use this little bouquet here and some of this greenery. We're gonna wrap some ribbon around our card. Are you guys following my thought process here? I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, which I kind of am, but you guys are getting me in full crafting mode here where, you know, I have a plan, but not quite a full plan, and you guys are kind of seeing how my thought process works.
How the creative process flows.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know that it flows, but it's just here and there whenever it wants to pop up. Okay, so now we can adhere this to our card base. Put a couple dimensionals on our circle. And then we'll tuck our greenery and little bouquet behind it. So I'll pop up the top of our bouquet, but then I'll add glue to the bottom. have like that. Oh, here we go. Tuck this in there. So we have that. And I think that this one was the one that just a note fits in. And we will use pumpkin pie again on this one. Because I didn't use pumpkin pie paper, so let's use pumpkin pie ink. Can you guys hear them back there? It's so funny. Oop. How do you guys like me to stamp in the camera? That's always helpful, right? Look at that. He just fits in there. And I'll pop it up in the center. I really like this color combination. I don't know about anyone else, but I really like it. I wouldn't have thought to put pumpkin pie with maybe Lost Lagoon and soft sea foam. And then I'm just going to bring my ribbon in here. I have this extra piece here, and I'm just, instead of doing a bow, I'm just going to tie a knot. You could do a bow if you would like. And we got to finish off with some gems. I think we'll use the petal pink ones. There we go. Oh, we got to do our inside. Like I said, I get ahead of myself sometimes, and well, what do we want to bring in? We have these little guys. They're kind of cool. It's kind of tall though. Just want something little. So I'm going to go in with another one of the little flowers. And once again, this has just a note on it, so I'm going to leave it blank until I decide what I want to use this card for. Oh, you know what we did do? How about some Wink of Stella? Because everything's better with Stella, in my opinion. We'll do our little flowers here. There we go. Simple. The glue cover does not work for the Stella pen, just in case anyone did not know that. All right, we'll glue her inside. Krista says she works best like between 1 and 2 a.m. when I should be sleeping. Yeah, I do my best thinking at night too when I'm supposed to be sleeping. And you sleep with sticky notes next to your bed. I do too now, because I used to get out of bed, and go write something down so I didn't forget it. Well, then what happened? I was wide awake and then I couldn't go back to sleep. Here, I thought you were gonna just tell me because you're a night owl like Christine and you just be up stamping all night, but nope. Look at this. So here we go. Simple, easy. And you wouldn't even have to add the floral if you didn't want to. You could just put a label on it and it's pretty just like that. Okay, card number 3. Hi, they're gonna make a mess back here. John, Janelle is going to the Great Lakes scrapbooking event next weekend in Michigan. It's the biggest shopping event for paper crafters. I take $100 with me, and I'm not sure what I will come home with. I don't know that $100 will get me far enough. I'm like, boy, you're really doing good with your budgeting and stuff, because $100, oh man. What if I saw something else I really needed that's over, you know. Oh, so, okay, these strips here, this was what I was going to put on the inside of my card. This was extra from that piece of paper. So I had these strips here. And what I was going to do, I'll just put it on this side, because I have the flower down here, was put these on the inside of my card. So instead of the flower, I was going to do these because it is a great way to use up our scraps and be useful with them and not just hoard them or throw them away, because we all know we can't throw them away. So there we go. Okay, now we're done with card number 3. I wish I was going. I never heard of that, the Great Lakes scrapbooking event. That's probably good. That would be a bad place for me to go to. I'd spend way too, I would probably spend more than $100. I'm just saying. And Krista, you are a night owl, but you can't stay up all night when you have to work. Yeah, it does make it hard, right? Okay, here we go. Card number 4. Again, petal pink. This is a piece of the DSP. DSP is, I'll give you guys some instructions. Let's see, our petal pink is 5 1/4 by 4, and I cut 2 of them so we can double mat on the inside. Our white is 5 by 3 3/4. Our DSP is also the same. It's 5 by 3 3/4. So that's a piece of our DSP that we're going to put on like this. This again is one of the cutouts. So we're going to put that in the center of our card. So we'll glue our mat on. They always have a Stampin' Up booth, so I will get to see some new stuff in person. Oh, I didn't know Stampin' Up had a booth at that either. I wonder, do you know, is that just done by a specific demonstrator, or is it put on by Stampin' Up themselves? And I have some curled up edges on my cardstock. So if I ever have that, I just take my bone folder. Sometimes you get that when cutting with my cutters. So I just take my bone folder around the edges and it smooths it right out. It's just cash, not counting what I put on my cards. Oh, that's funny. Now you're speaking more of my language. Like, I don't know that I could go with only $100. Like, you're right. $100 cash. That's the side stuff that maybe you don't want the husband to see or something. So then I cut out 2 strips of cardstock, one in Pretty Peacock and another in Petal Pink. And I'm covering up. You could just leave it like this and stamp a sentiment right in the middle. But I just wanted to add more because, well, I can. And so I'm going to add these 2 pieces here. But first I'm going to pop up this guy. You said you're going next weekend. Oh my goodness. That's like Mother's Day weekend. What a perfect Mother's Day that could be. And even more of an excuse to spend that money because it's Mother's Day. And okay, so I have that on the center. We're actually going to stamp right on the center of our petal pink. Oh, I thought I stepped on a cat and it was the blanket. Thank goodness. I thought, oh my goodness, I'm stepping on a cat. And did I use birthday wishes? Yes, I did. I believe birthday wishes fits right here. And we're going to bring in a pretty peacock, I think, is what I would like to do. Well, looks like I'm going to have to borrow Christine's. Here I thought I was good and I grabbed all my stuff. I never do. You guys know that. I'm always like, Christine, save me. And we will stamp that right in the center. Or attempt to anyways. There we go. All right, so we have birthday wishes. We'll layer these two on top of each other. We'll pop them up, and maybe we have these two little, I have two little flowers here. Maybe they should, yeah, smaller flower. That one looks too big. I wonder if I have another, oh, I do. Could do that. We could add a little flower on the side. Do we like the flowers? Or we could just leave it plain and put some dots there. And we could just add some flowers to the greenery. I feel like I shouldn't have my ends square. Maybe that's my problem. It looks plain right here. I want to do something. Da 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 da. Oh, we could put a bow on that side, leave a flower there. Anyone have any thoughts? Okay, the ribbon helps. Maybe we'll just put gems on the sides. How does that sound? What do you guys think? Anyone got any ideas? Anyone? What the cat's into?
No, they found a leaf somewhere.
Oh, they found a leaf. They're like little children.
They are.
You know, you tell the toddler not to do things and, you know, they don't listen. I'm just weaving this back and forth. I think I have too much though. I don't think we need that much ribbon, even though I like it. Oh, I'm making this way complicated. All right, I think I got it now. And of course, we're going to pop it up. The kitties must not like dimensionals though. I never hear about them eating dimensionals, so that's probably good. For as much as we have dimensionals around here. So that will meet up with our edges. Like that. And it will go on our card, like so. Oh my goodness, it is a big paper convention in Ohio in March and Michigan in May. Lots of make and takes and over 60 vendors. Even Stamp and Storage is there. Wow. Sign me up.
Yeah, I was looking it up. It looks pretty serious.
Maybe we should take a road trip. Okay. We'll bring in our gems. And I think we'll just do maybe I want a big one and a little one. I'm not sure. Do a big one and a little one. And this guy lost his little sticky, so we'll put him back on. Grab a little one. I want to move it. Here we go. There we go. All right, look at this one. Good morning, Karen. So we have this, and of course I have an extra piece of our DSP here, so we'll put that one on the bottom. I'll do it correct this time. And I just got glue everywhere. Don't you hate that when that happens? And we have birthday wishes. And I thought I had a let's celebrate. I'm not sure. So we will leave that blank. This is the inside of our card. And you have plenty of paper left over too that you could also decorate your envelope flaps with them too. Oops, I put my glue away and I still need it. So here's card number 4. So here are our 4 cards that we made with this set. Okay, move them up a little bit. There we go. So here's our 4 cards. Now we'll bring in our 3D projects. Da, 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 da. And I'm telling you, they're super easy. Okay. Let me just find all my stuff here. So both of these 3D projects use 6x6 piece of DSP. The first one we're gonna do, I'm not sure what this container or box, whatever you want to call it, is really called. You know what it's called? The one that I showed you in the catalog. Actually, this is right out of the catalog. And I'm actually going to use tear and tape along one edge. I want this to be my outside, so this is the side I'm going to put my piece of tear and tape along the full edge. You could use liquid glue too, but just keep in mind that your liquid glue will take a moment to dry before you can go on to the next steps. And all we're gonna do is roll it around like so. Okay, so you got like a toilet paper roll, right? So a big old circle. Then this is where I'm gonna use my liquid glue, and I'm just gonna put it, actually I'm not going to use my liquid glue. I put a piece of tear tape on the bottom. Sorry guys, I keep going off screen today. Just yell at me, I'll hear you through the screen. Not really, someone tried to yell at me, I think it was Susan. She tried to yell at me the other day because I was doing some masking on a card and I forgot to move my masks. And it was funny because she put a comment in there. It says, I was yelling at you to stop, but you didn't. So I put a piece. There you go. You can see my piece of tear tape here on the bottom. And all you're going to do with this is take this end and push it down like so. Okay, the next thing you do, of course, fill it with some goodies, some treats, whatever, some chocolate. So we folded it down here on this edge like this. We're gonna do the same thing on the other end, but we're gonna go opposite. So we're gonna go like this. And you're gonna get like, almost looks like a little, I forget what these are called. We used to have like an orange popsicle. There was like popsicles like this that I remember eating as a kid. I forget what they were. They were grape, orange, and cherry or something. So I don't remember what this is called. So like I said, you can fill it with whatever. You could make this smaller if you didn't want it as long as I have it. You could definitely make it shorter, but I feel like you need to at least have one length be 6 inches in order to fit some good sized candy in there. Some minis, some Ghirardelli might fit in here, things like that. And I'm actually not going to tape it closed because I want to stick some candy, or something in here and give it to Janet next weekend for Mother's Day. So I'm going to just do that, but we're going to add a little something to the outside. Look through my thing of goodies here. This actually, I am copying right out of the catalog. So don't forget, your caddy has great samples in it. And it's a great way to get some ideas. And then I cut some labels. And we're going to put thank you on it. Right here. And we will stamp that in pecan pie. Yes, sour cream pouch. That's what I was looking for. But I did have a popsicle that did that. I forget what it was. So I just stamped thank you on there. And we have our little greenery here. And we'll add some dimensionals to the back of our label. So like that. And of course, let's add some cute little gems to it. Why not? Because everything is better with a little bit of sparkle. So you could technically leave this flat and close it like this if you had like some flat candy bars you wanted to stick in here. That would be cute. But like I said, so you're folding them on opposite. So this is how it will be when it's finished. And so I've got to stick a few goodies on the inside of here and pass this along. So that's our first 3D project. Hello and welcome. And the other one, probably one of my favorites to make. I do this a lot with my kids. I'll stick this in their lunch, or just you want to give a little goodie. I've sent them to work with my husband, or so this here is a 6x6 piece of DSP, and I scored it on a diagonal right in half. So I put this, oops, hers is a little stuck here, in my trimmer like this, and took my scoring blade up and down. And then you fold it in half. so I folded it in half from corner to corner. And then you're gonna take one corner. So I'm not doing any other score lines. You don't need to make any special cuts or anything. And you take your corner flap. Oh, geez. The kitty scared me here. Hello. But you have to get down. You have to get down, kitty. Come on. Come on. Hey. I would pick you up, you know that, but I get itchy. I get itchy, kitty. They like being on the special channel here. It's like, what?
Trying to stay on
What?
camera.
I want to be on camera.
Oh, man.
So now that you've got it folded, you're gonna take this corner here and fold it up this way, like so. Okay, and you're gonna do the same with your other piece. And line them up. Burnish your edges like this. So we will glue this down now. And then all you do, really easy, I've done this for little Valentine's gifts. I'm going to put a dimensional. You could leave it flat if you want, but I'm actually going to put a dimensional. So this flap up here, you're going to take one end and fold it down. So now you have this little pocket in here, and Ghirardellis fit perfect in here, or like a couple Hershey bars or things like that. But I'd love to put Ghirardellis. I can usually fit 2 Ghirardellis in here, and I usually put like shredded paper in here, and just to kind of fill it a little bit more. And then we will bring in this label, or this flower bouquet, I should say. And we'll bring in, I think, our petal. I'm just going to put a strip of it behind our label. And I already stamped thanks on here. So this is a piece of soft sea foam. And I stamped with pumpkin pie. Anyone hungry for pumpkin pie? Peach pie? Now remember, with the white ribbon, you could also color that with your blend. So if you want some pumpkin pie ribbon or soft seafoam ribbon, you could do that also. I guess I didn't need a dimensional. I only needed a dimensional on one side, guys, because I already have this popped up, but we can do this. We'll use that dimensional. Remember, 2 dimensionals on the one side and a little bit of liquid glue on the other side. But I want my dimensionals a little more. This is how I stamp, guys. I put it out together and then I take it apart and I put it back together. That's how I do it. That's just how we roll. Couple of gems. I get the glue to dry. Okay, here we go. So cute little pocket pouch. I'm gonna leave somebody just a little special treat. That's all you have to do. Make a cute little pouch, 6x6 paste paper. Super easy. Okay, our two 3D items are done. I'll hold it closed. So we have two 3D items and 4 cards done. On to our scrapbook pages. Christina, did you want to take some of this so you can do your cards now?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure? Because I don't need it now.
No, it's okay. Thank you, though.
You came here to stamp.
I know, I got playing the kitty.
The kitties are getting a lot of good love from Christina over here. She didn't want to be home with her hubby today. I can't blame her. I feel the same way sometimes. Okay. So I'm going to put all of this aside because we don't need this anymore. All right. Make room for our scrapbooking. Woohoo! I almost panicked for a second. I thought I forgot 12x12 paper. For a second. Not like I haven't done that before. Ask Christine. Christine, save me, save me. Okay, so our first page brings in so we have 2 strips of the DSP, and then this long strip here was part of one of the cutouts. So, but it's not quite 12 inches. It's like 11 and a half, I believe, or so. So I decided I was going to add a few pieces to it. So I added 2 strips of the DSP. So this one is 1 3/4 inches, and this one is 2 3/4 inches, both by 12. And when I put this together, I'm actually going to leave this over to the left a little bit more. I want more space on this side because we're going to adhere some ribbon here. So I adhere this piece. So who's excited that Stampin' Up! Is coming out with some more scrapbooking products, especially 12x12? Me, me, me. I can't wait to see what they're going to do. I'm not usually like a 6x8 album scrapbooker. I do like 12x12. Okay, and then we're going to put this strip. Is he daring to come up here? Oh no, he's getting love over there. Oh my goodness. Life does not get any better. Thank you, Anne. Yes, I am so excited. And I'm excited to see what they bring out for kits. This was really great to do a scrapbook layout. At least that's how I felt. To have all these pieces already die cut and ready to go for you. Okay.
Like a personal cat massager today.
Right? They're loving it up, man.
Ow!
Oh, are they getting mean now?
No, he's just.
They're scratching there like with all the excitement.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Anne's watching you with 2 friends. Awesome friends.
Oh,
exciting.
that's awesome. You're scrapping today with 2 friends. Yay, yay. I need some more friends like Christina to come and do some here. And you need to come down so we can all scrapbook together. I'm gonna have to book the hive so that we can all have a scrapbook day together. So I'm gonna look for my pieces here that I have. I have 2 separate pieces. Oh, right here we go. Okay, so now I made a mat with soft sea foam in 4x6. So it's actually 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then here is 2 of the mats that were in the kit. So I'm actually going to use one like this and use it as a mat. And I'm going to bring in the other one. And this is where I would take a photo and put a photo underneath it so I can use it as a frame. Kathy says yes too. Okay, so me, you, Kathy, Ann, anybody else want to get in on the fun?
Okay.
Okay, so this is what we're doing here. So I'm going to put my mats down.
Goodness. Yeah, he got my heart.
They claw you up? Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, so excited over here, these cats. Getting all this loving. And I'm leaving a little bit of extra space on the bottom just because we have a little element we're gonna put right here. Now, you don't have to do your mats like this. You could do something totally different. You could actually do 4 of these sizes if you wanted. You could do a bunch of 3x3s if you wanted to. So I'm gonna just show you what that's like. So if you wanted to, you could do, pretend my mat isn't there. And you could do, I just had some other pieces, but anyways, pretend that these are those mats. So you could do essentially 4 of this size would fit here. You could do a combination of, you know, 4x4s. And like this. So it really depends on what your photos are. This is just to give you guys some ideas. A lot of times it just depends. What do you have for photos and what are you using and how much space are you willing to cut off your photos? So completely up to you what you want to do. And like I said, we're going to put this piece here. And I'm not going to put this piece down yet because I want to put a photo behind it. So I'm not going to actually glue these down yet, but this is what I would be doing. Okay, so then I also have this piece here. This is one of the cutouts. And when I get a photo, I'm going to put my photo in here. Actually, I'm going to put this down and pop it up. Like I said, it wasn't smart when I ordered this. I should have ordered 2 so that I could have one all made and then show you a different variation, but I was not quite thinking. So we're going to put this here, and I'm leaving it off of the edge of the mat a little bit so that I have room for my photo on here. Okay, and then we're going to take our white ribbon that I was talking about before, that I'm going to pull this up because I probably should put my ribbon on first, but I didn't. I get so excited and I get talking to you guys and I forget what I'm doing. I would do that when I would stamp. When Chris and I would sit in her stamp room and create, I would do the same thing. We get all excited and I'm talking and we're doing whatever. And then she's yelling at me going, Gina, you glued that down already. You shouldn't have done that yet. And I'm like, whoops. I should say she was yelling. She was laughing at me a lot of times. Just get caught up in what I'm doing. So you're going to have about a 12.5-inch piece. I'm going to line that up right along the edge of my Lost Lagoon DSP. She comes back tonight. She's actually was at the airport while I was doing my live. She had popped on for a little bit. But hopefully, we're trying to tire the kitties out so that when she gets home, they just want to snuggle with her and relax. Okay, so we have our piece of ribbon. Now, my piece that I took off, we can put on. Nice, cute border for any photo. And I'm just going to stick a glue dot underneath my ribbon just to make sure he doesn't keep popping up. There. Okay, so we have our mats. So bring our mats back in. You're putting them here. And then remember this set, it had dies with it, and it had the big word friend, and it has an outline and a detailed piece. That's what I did with this. And I glued it all together already because, you know, there's this little dot here for the eye, and I didn't want to lose it. So I have a piece of Lost Lagoon and Petal Pink, and I adhered them together with just a little bit of liquid glue. Of course, we gotta pop it up. I think my daughter's gonna have to be fired from babysitting. I haven't seen her at all. Poor Christina, she's doing all the work here. Now you don't have to put this here. You could put any title that you want here. But I like this. You could use this, save this for something else if you didn't want this from your kit. And then I took a little butterfly here from our butterfly sheets, and I took my blends. You could use ink if you want to. And I just took my blends, really easy. I already winked that side up. And I just colored it like so. I took my dark one here. And then I took the light one. And then I blended them together and put a little bit of Wink of Stella on it. And we're going to put our butterfly, get my mats where I would put them. Do you do that all the time? I do it.
What?
Looking for something, it's right in front of you.
Oh.
That's all I do, I think, sometimes.
Well, I think there's more pressure when you're on live, right?
I do this at home too.
Trying to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I know, she's trying to make it sound good, but no, guys, I really do this at home too. Just standing around, staring at a blank space, and that's what I do. Okay, so I just tucked my butterfly in there. So it's kind of on my mats and tucked under my little word friend here. So this is one page that we have, and you could put a bow here if you wanted to. I just left it plain. You could tie a knot, completely up to you. So this is one side.
Do you like the orange butterfly?
I like the orange butterfly too. Who doesn't love butterflies, right? Okay, and now we have all of those pieces from those die cuts, right? So that's what we're gonna do. We are gonna use all of those pieces. So there were all of these leaf pieces in the kit. And we're gonna make a wreath, basically, out of them. And then I just wanted to add some texture and dimension, and I cut out 4 of these leaves from the Friends for Life set. So I have 2 Granny Apple and 2 soft seafoam. And then there were also these little squares here. Squares, triangles. Gosh, I'm gonna have to go back to kindergarten. I don't know my shapes. So we got triangles. So we're gonna put those in the corner. And this is gonna be for a 4x6 photo, but you guys can change it up however works for you. So I'm just giving this kind of just a rough gauge for me. And then I'm gonna go and start placing my circle, or making my circle, I should say. And I started out like this. I'm gonna sparkle these up. Are these back in stock yet? They were supposed to be sometime in May, I thought. Wink of Stella.
I believe it is.
They were out of stock for quite a bit, and that was like a sad world. When things are out of stock for a bit, sometimes you worry. Like, you hope they don't get rid of it. This would be one of those things that I hope they don't ever get rid of. And it's a great way to add sparkle, but not a mess. You know, not have glitter everywhere, because, you know, not everyone appreciates glitter and sparkle like some of us do.
Yeah, Wink of Stella's back. The story that I heard is that they make different colors.
Yes.
And that like everything was out, or a lot of stuff was
Oh,
out.
okay. Christina was just mentioning that she had heard that the company that makes these was out of a lot of their products. So everyone must have, you know, been so excited with these that they all had to have them. So I just kind of would bring these in here. I think I did like this. That's the noon whistle. Here, let me refresh my memory. I took a picture last night. Oh yeah, I did put one of these in between. Like that. Okay. we have this one. We are going to get a circle here, you guys.
You can do a heart
Just-
maybe.
Yeah, you could do a heart. You could do a square. You could just, you could do whatever shape you wanted.
Or just the video's a little behind, so what you had so far kind of looked
Oh,
like a
yeah.
heart at first.
I forget that sometimes that when we're doing these videos and you comment and things like that, there's actually a delay in all of this. So I'm actually ahead here by me in person, and you guys are watching it, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 seconds different than where I'm at. So sometimes I'll ask you guys a question or ask something and you respond later, and sometimes I have to think back to what were you referring to because I've already moved on, you know. And I'm just alternating and pulling in and just making sure that my leaves are kind of turning the right way. I was losing my circle shape, and that's because I had leaves that were in the wrong, kind of going the wrong direction, I guess you would say. So here we go. So I don't know if you guys can, so I just randomly place this. There's no specific, I didn't make as you could get like a plate out or have a large circle to have a perfect circle. I'm okay with not having a perfect circle. I'm going to start with gluing my corners down. And you could use the same concept to make a card. This is when I say that just because if you're not a scrapbooker, that's okay, but you can take these elements and put them in a card. You could take these corners and put them on each end of a card and put, let's say, a circle in the middle and put one of these pieces over the top of the circle or something like that. I'm going to put my mat down now that I'm pretty sure this is where I want things. Now the fun part, we can start actually laying this all down. And I'm gonna pop some of it up and leave some of it flat just to give dimension. So I'm gonna leave these a little more flat. Everything else I'm just gonna pop up. I know some people wonder, well, why are you even popping up? Because a lot of times when you have a scrapbook page and you put it in a book, it's just gonna get smushed. And yes, that's true to some extent, but it still leaves dimension with your pages. So that your pages don't look just flat. I can't grab it, you guys. And that way, too, if I have them down with dimensionals, I can move them a little bit easier if it's not quite, so my circle isn't so abstract. I think those are the words I'm looking for. I'll have the ability to maneuver things around a little bit. So I'm curious, Anne, what are you ladies scrapbooking? Or what are you working on with your scrapbooking? It might be looking a little more ovalish right now.
Yeah, that's my problem. I set something up and then I forget where everything goes.
The nice thing, and a lot of times, I don't know, I'm not sure, sometimes if I like something or if I like a color combination together, and sometimes just looking at it like this, I don't get a good visual of it. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will take my cell phone and take a photo, and I'll take it of different looks. So let's say if I had peach here, I want to see it with green for a mat, and I'll get a different viewpoint of looking at it. That helps me a lot when I'm making cards or scrapbook layouts, different things like that, is I often take a couple pictures and we'll go back and forth to decide, well, do I like these colors together, or do I like this element versus this element? I do a lot of that, and I find that when I do that, it's really helps me in my creating. So right now I can look up at the screen and see what you guys are seeing, and it's giving me a better picture of whether my circle is actually circular versus oval or square, or a little bit of everything in between. You're doing layouts for your sons using old one and birthday delivery. Okay. And Janelle says, how's my craft room coming along? My craft room is pretty much together. The one thing that I probably need the most is figure out storage now. I have counter space, I have tables set up, things like that. So I have 2 6-foot tables, and like last night when we were cutting kits and stuff, we brought up a card table. So I have things like that in there, but I don't really have storage. So we're trying to work that out next. My dad actually made my kids' beds when they were younger, and of course they have grown a lot since we've moved. And so my daughter's bed was actually so I think I'm pretty happy with this. So I'm gonna glue my little extra leaves down. So like I was saying, my dad made a bed for my daughter. Her room was quite small in the old house, and her bed actually was on top of her dresser. So my dad made, I think it had 3 really long big drawers, like the kids used to hide in her drawers. They were so big, you could hide a body in there literally. And so they used to play hide and go seek, and they would hide and sometimes get stuck in there, so we'd have to go bail them out. So it really great storage, and I was thinking I would, and then her mattress actually went on top, so I had small drawers on one side and then 3 big drawers on the other side, and then he had steps that went up into the bed. And I was looking at keeping that middle piece and making it an island possibly, where I'd have a taller cabinet or countertop, and then I'd have all that storage in there from in the drawers then. So we're working on that now. That's kind of our next project, to kind of figure out how we can incorporate, because those beds really don't work in our new house, and they're really nice beds made out of good wood and good quality and stuff. So that's our goal now, is to kind of just see how we can make that kind of work. There we go, ta-da! That wasn't too hard. Like, I made it look really hard, but it wasn't really too hard, guys. I promise. And of course, there's some of those orange flowers. We need to put some of them on there. So we had these orange flowers, right? So we will take these and put them in here just to add some more color. And a few gems. And you guys will have to post some of your scrapbook layouts that you make over the weekend. I'd love to see them. Oh, they're having fun right now. They're at the park with lunch at A&W. Yum. Okay, gems. That's all we've got left. And we're gonna do a mixture. I'm gonna do some green and some of the petal pink. Oh, we're gonna leave that one there because it's stuck on. I just hate when your little glue part sticks to the thing and doesn't come up with your glue dot, and then you're like, gotta try to grab your little dot and try to get it back on. I don't have nails really, so I never have anything to quite grab it with. And another thing you could do, you could take a marker and spritz some marker on here if you wanted. You could stamp your background a little bit to add some texture.
Or ink blending. I was thinking ink blending. On the
Ink
opposite
blending,
corner.
yep. Or you could do like a watercolor wash behind your wreath to make your wreath kind of stand out a little bit more. I might have to buy another kit and do that for you guys, and then you guys can decide what you like better. Okay, so we got it all done, and in 2 hours. I'm pretty impressed with that, considering how kind of scatterbrained I was this morning. All right, so here is our layout. Put that there. Insert photos. Okay, so here's our scrapbook page. Here are our 3D items. And our 4 cards. Ta-da! And you have all sorts of stuff left over to create so much more. So you might want to get this pack of paper. It's on page 29 of the new catalog. And if you guys have any questions, reach out to me. This kit will be available until May 18th, and then I will cut kits and get them all delivered and stuff. So reach out if you want any of them. Like I said, you could take these cards here and make probably 3 or 4 of them and just do all cards with this. So lots of ideas for you guys to use this paper with. So anyways, I hope you guys are gonna enjoy the rest of today. It's beautiful outside. It's feeling a little bit like summer. So have a great weekend. Get out there and scrapbook today, or make something pretty, a card, whatever, but just celebrate the day and create something special. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for Wednesday's class, which is the techniques class. So for now, have a great week.